Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you've had a good couple of days of trading in the market. We've been watching Novavax really close and had some pretty good action today. Didn't end up where I wanted it to, but some news came across the wire that we've been waiting on. But the stock did not react like I had hoped. It did, but it didn't. So we're going to talk about that as we look at our portfolio today. But it was a red day in the market, very down day in the market. So we've got a lot of red across the board, and we're going to jump over there and take a look at our portfolio right now. All right. So here's our portfolio. As you can see right now, the only green one we've got is Bitcoin. The markets you can see here were all down over 1%, about a percent and a quarter. Very red, but they actually came back. This Dow was down 700. I think this one was down 300 at one time. So did come back towards the end of the day. But here, our Bitcoin did pull back towards the end of the day as well. You can see it started out green, had a big dip there, but it's hanging around that 47 level. We won't even talk about that. You can see Moderna. Moderna has been red today, along with Novavax. Both of them, about the same percentage there. We'll talk about Novavax in just a minute, but let's go ahead and take Moderna. A look at Moderna for the. I want to go ahead and show these 5-day charts on these vaccines, even though they had a bad day today. Moderna is up a little bit over the 5-day period. You can see there from about 267 to 276. If we'd made our video on Friday, it'd been a much happier day. As you can see here, we did well. Actually, it shot up this morning and then dropped down. So Novavax did the same thing. So, but up in the 5-day period, and so we're not going to get too excited about what happened to the vaccines today. Really doesn't make a lot of sense. We'll talk about that in just a minute. CLSD, I saw it today. It got a little green on it today, and then it closed in the red as well. 5-day chart on that one, pretty it's not too, probably pretty flat for the 5-day. So that one's hanging in there. That's another one of the biomedicals. HUT is our Bitcoin miner, down a little bit today, coming back in after hours. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart. Doing it about like Bitcoin, it is down pretty good for the 5-day period. So not a lot of good going on. I heard today. I think there was they said the markets were down 5 of the last 6 sessions. So can't expect a whole lot of good when the markets are down like that. NVTA down as well. Pretty good lick today, 8%. Actually, I thought it had a pretty good day last Friday. Yeah, last Friday had a pretty good day, and then today it sold it off. But still higher than it was at the beginning of Friday. So we'll take that. At least it's got a green day there. Novavax. Novavax, this is the one that I want to really focus on today, as usual, because I've had so many shares of it. You can see we're getting a little bit of green in after hours, but we were down today. But you can see this range today. This is an unbelievable range. Take a look at that. 236, and most of this was pre-market. And as soon as the market opened, it sold off because the markets were bad. And let me just kind of tell you what happened here. We did get the news. We did get the news from the European Union. They have approved the emergency use as well as the WHO from last week. So we're getting some good things. So that's what we've been waiting on, some of it, and we expect more to come. The CEO of Novavax was actually, they were actually on CNBC today. Everything sounds good. I mean, the company's not broke. So that's what I wanted to talk about. We've talked about this before, about, what do you look for when your stock goes down? Well, the first thing I look for is the market broke? And by that I mean, if you look at the market, are most of the stocks red for the day? And that's exactly what we've got today. Almost all of them were red. All of ours were, but I watch a lot of stocks, and most of those stocks were red today because of the amount that the markets were down. So So what we got today, an issue was the company. I mean, not the company, but the market was broke. Now, was the stock broke? Stock's not really broke, and how do you determine that? Well, you look at other vaccines, and you look at a vaccine like Moderna, or you even look at other biomedical stocks and things like that. And so you're looking at that, comparing it to the one you're holding, and they're all red. And Moderna and Novavax again were both down about the same amount. So it's not a stock being broke; it's the market doing it. Last thing would be, is the company broke? And we know for sure the company's not broke. They're actually clicking on all cylinders. They've got their manufacturing to the levels they need. The CEO said today they'll be able to produce over 2 billion doses next year. And so nothing wrong with that. They're getting these approvals. They have to prove that manufacturing for these approvals. So all's well with Novavax. It's just the market was broke today. It reacted in pre-market like we expected it to, but when the market opened, it could not hold those gains. I wished, everything hindsight's 2020. I wished I would have unloaded some shares at those prices, but ended up unloading some shares today at a much lower price than that 236 level. So let's talk about that. Let's go back to our stock. So it was 236 in pre-market. I have sold in pre-market before and turned right around and watched it go up the rest of the day. So it can go either way. So we were holding out, hoping that this big news would override the market, because you could see in the pre-market that the markets were red, but I was hoping because of how high it was up that it would be able to override that issue in the market. And the markets are down mainly because of this virus variant that's out there, which you would think would be a plus for the vaccine. So I'm not sure why the vaccines got taken down like they did, but they did. So that's the way it goes. But what that variant's telling me is the vaccines are not going away anytime soon. So this business will be rolling right along the next year. So that's nobody likes to see the variant going like it's going, but it's good for vaccine stock. So we just got to hang in there with it. But what we did today, we watched this thing do this kind of movement today, and we'll kind of talk about what we did. Well, we were sitting here and we were watching it, and as it got down and it took these dips, we started buying. Right, because see when you see this little trend up, and then it pulls back down, your thought process, or at least mine was, is, hey, it's going to probably keep that level there, so it's probably going to go up from here. Well, I bought a little bit at 214, and what did it do? It fell, continued to fall, so I bought a little bit more at 211. And then I was feeling pretty good about it. Everything started going back up, and then you see it just dropped right back off. And then it did this to me. Okay, so once it did this, I said, we're not going to be playing with any more buying today. We got to think about unloading some shares because we had so many shares. And so what I did the rest of the day is think about, okay, we want to take some profits on some of these that we're holding. And so we did buy those today at 211, 214. So now my thought process, let's take some profits. We've got a lot of shares. We need to get some cash on the sideline. And so what we did is we watched it, and it came up here to this 207 level, came back down. Did this a couple times, and towards the end of the day, once I started putting some sell orders in towards the end of the day, and as it went up, we started selling. We sold some at 205, and then about this time I found out that the CEO was going to be on CNBC, so I thought, well, it's probably going to go up another couple of bucks on that. So I put another order in at 207, and we sold some more at 207. And I thought maybe it might get up to 209, so I put another order in for 209. It did not fill. So once the CEO got done talking, this is what happened. It just fell off. They just drove it right back down. So this is a game that's played. Okay, so it's the same game that they play it all the time. You look at the volume. So you got 11 million. So there's definitely the big boys involved today. So you just got to play this game when they play it. And so you get like what I was doing. I was holding some shares and holding some for a really nice profit. And some of these shares we've had about 3 weeks. The ones we sold were about 3 weeks old, and we made pretty good profits on those. So, and I'm talking 30 to 40% profit on some of those. In total, the profit was 31.44% on those that we sold today. So, trying to get back some of the money that we've been selling high price shares. Now we're selling our low price shares, and so we're trying to get back some of that money that we've been selling. But it's overall for the year. Every time we sell now, we're still adding to the profits for the year. Okay, so the only thing we've lost is some of our profits. So we're playing with house's money, all Novavax all year long. So we don't have to worry about that. But anyway, we sold at that 31.44%. Like I said, the shares we sold today were about 3 weeks old. So that's not a bad profit in 3 weeks. So good to see that. We are holding still a large number of shares of Novavax and in our IRAs. And also, of course, my cash account is all Novavax, and my options account is all Novavax. So we've got a lot of stuff riding on Novavax still. We are up on the IRAs right now, about 7.66% on what we're holding. And so that's all good. So we're in a good position. I didn't want to hold on to all of them I had today because, just in case it drops tomorrow, I want to be able to start buying back into some of those shares if it looks like it's found the bottom of some sort. So we're going to play that by ear. We may even sell some more in the after hours tonight, depending on what it does. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at I do want to show you this here. Let's go back to that 5-day chart. If you pull this up on your phone, that's what I like about the phone. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up real quick. My 5-day chart shows us we are up still 19.45% for the 5 days. So $32. It's up in the last 5 days, even with the drawback today. So that's pretty good. I don't mind having something 5 days old and it's up 20-something percent, 20 almost 20%. So I like that. If you go back a month, you can see here. Let's see where we're at for the month. For the month, we're still up 5%. So Novavax is in good shape for the last week, for the last month, still up 5%. For a month, that's not bad either. So we did take this little pop here. See how familiar does that look right there? Pretty familiar. So we just don't want it to do none of this kind of stuff, okay? So it may do this, we may have a green day tomorrow if it does like it did last time when it got up here. We'll see. Chart looks awful familiar. So we'll see. We just don't want it doing this. And I don't think it will, but we'll see. It could. I don't put anything past this one because it sure will take you for a ride. All right? So just hang in there if you've got it. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm selling the ones that I'm high up on. Those ones that we bought today, 211, 214, that'll be a little while before we sell those. But we've got a lot more that we bought a lot cheaper, so we're in good shape. All right, so Tilray down 6.5%. Let's just take a quick look at the 5-day chart on that one. Everything's probably down. Yes. And then let's go ahead and take a quick look at our last one there, Nikola. I did want to show you this. I did see news. Let's see if I can see it here. Yeah, GM and Nikola are now delivering electric trucks. So they're actually delivering a product now. So if the markets weren't so bad, this one might be doing a little bit better, and it needs to because we're down on this one pretty good ways. But what I might do after the Novavax ride is over, we may add a little bit to that. I don't know. Just depends. I don't really think the market's going to do good next year if they start raising interest rates. So I'm not in any kind of big hurry to get all in this market. I'm in a bigger hurry to get cash on the sideline, which that's what we did today. We did get our cash back up to 31% today because it had gotten really low with the Novavax buying I did on Friday and stuff like that, and today. So we're in good shape, 31%. Let's talk about the markets. Did pull a little information on that. The Dow's up 3.9% to date, year to date. NASDAQ up about 16.23% year to date. And the S&P is 21.61% year to date. So the markets are having a good year, and we are beating all of them. So that's, you can't ask for anything better than that. And we're really beating them if you include the crypto and the options that we've bought. So it's a good year, and we don't have but 11 more days to close out this year. We had a great year last year. We're having another good year this year, so I can't complain. Definitely want to take some of these profits into the new year, and so we're just going to keep a close eye on Novavax, see what we need to do. But hang in there. Watch those vaccine stocks tomorrow. If we have a good market day, they're liable to be up too, and that's what I'm hoping for anyway. I hope they can get over whatever happened today. I don't understand really why they were down. If the vaccine's roaring, if the variant's roaring, you would think the vaccines would be too, but not so. I guess they did run a little bit in the past couple of weeks, so just the market got hold of them today. So shoulda, coulda, woulda sometimes. That's how it works out. Wished I'd pulled that trigger this morning, and we would have loaded up some at this level that's at now again. So, but hindsight's 2020. But I hope you have a good trading rest of the week. We'll check back in here hopefully on Friday sometime after the market closes. Thanks. Bye.